1, 2, 3 to sync the video and audio.
We are recording.
Here we are, live and direct, Sunset District of San Francisco, California, on Tuesday, March
28th at 7:22 p.m.
I recorded like almost 7:20 last time too.
Yeah, and that was a good sign. But
well, to get us started, we're gonna get a little liquid courage in us because we don't know what we're doing.
Wait. I would
Get the Chris. Get the
ready. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounded crispy.
That's some crisp audio right there. All right. Well, this is episode 1, maybe episode 2, depending on how we're
Hello,
counting
everybody. Episode 1 of the Freehub Podcast.
Yeah. First official episode where we're calling it the Freehub Podcast.
Yes.
You've heard we had to change our name. That episode is uploading as we speak.
It is in the works.
Had to switch.
We're still figuring it all
different,
out.
I have to switch to a different uploading service because the one I did was music only, and there's a separate podcast.
That's kind of what I figured.
Now I did it all.
Label thing.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
But okay, we should discuss that afterwards. But
yeah, you have to make an RSS feed and then
that's
feed off the RSS. So I did
that's
something. I signed up for it.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, welcome everybody. Freehub Podcast episode number 1. Today, Jackson and I are gonna talk about our favorite things about mountain biking, favorite things related to mountain biking. That includes things just like favorite trails we like to ride, favorite bikes, favorite bike components, favorite riders,
Video parts,
brands. just all around favorite things we like to do related to bikes.
Yeah.
So
why do we do this? I guess we should start with that. What got you into biking? Why did you keep riding a bike? Some people go on a mountain bike ride. They do it once and they say, I'm good. I hate it.
Yeah.
It takes a certain type of person to ride a bike.
Yeah.
Ride a mountain bike.
It does.
What hooked you on mountain biking? Why did you fall? How did you fall in love with riding? Why did you fall in love with riding?
Well, I was in a point in my life, I think it was like middle school, that I was like trying every sport. I was trying tennis. I was trying rock climbing. I tried volleyball, soccer, everything. And my parents were like all out supporting me on this because I'm still a little overweight. But my parents, nobody shaming here in the podcast, but my parents were like really supporting me to try and find a sport that I would stick to. And then I just didn't stick to any of those. And then my dad was like, dude, you got to stick to one sport. Like I'm not gonna keep buying all this gear for different shit. Like I don't have that money.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, okay, buy me a bike and I'll stick to it. And then he was like, no way I'm buying you a bike. And I was like, I'll stick to it if you buy me a bike. And
but he was a biker. Your dad was
he
a
was a
biker.
bike. Yeah, he was a biker before. Yeah. He was the one who got me into mountain biking. But yeah, he basically told me, it's like, okay, if I buy you this fucking $800 hardtail, you better stick to it. Because I'm not.
What was the hardtail? What did you get?
It was a Trek 4300. Sick. Ooh. Hydraulic disc brakes.
Shimano, SRAM?
Dude, not even. It was
just
probably
hydraulic.
Like Hayes. Yeah, it was like super basic.
Yeah.
Hydraulic.
What fork did it have on it?
Just stock SR Suntour.
Suntour, the silver stanchion.
Yeah, the
spring
silver
ones.
stanchion. Couldn't even
classic.
take it like more than halfway through the travel.
I feel like that's a rite of passage. You have to buy a bike that has the silver SR Suntour stanchion suspension.
Yeah. It was a sick bike. It was a sick bike. Yeah. And yeah, I stuck to it because he kind of made me like stick to it. And I kept my word. I'm riding to this day. Yeah. Dad, if you're hearing this.
How old were you again when this happened?
That's a good question. Like 14, 15? Mid-teens, deep.
So like about to hit high school.
Yeah, about to hit high school. And then it became my whole identity. Yeah, still kind of is, but... Yep. How about you, Jackson? How did you get into this beautiful sport we call biking? Cycling.
I, growing up, never thought I would be cyclist or into biking. I got into biking a little later. I was 22, maybe 23 in 2013 or 14. I worked at a summer camp and Y-Bike. Shout out to Y-Bike and people there because they kind of opened the door for biking.
What's Y-Bike?
YMCA's bicycle program.
Okay.
And
so what were you doing at the YMCA?
So they needed a substitute for one day. They're like, hey, we're so short-staffed. Was anyone down to ride a bike for a day? And I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. I'll ride a bike for a day. And I had no idea what I had agreed to, but we got on a bus and we went from Presidio to Mount Sutro. And I'd never been to Mount Sutro before. I didn't know this said mountain existed. Like, I'd seen Sutro Tower, but I don't know. I thought it was like miles away or something. I was a college, fresh out of college, actually. And, we wound up getting dropped off at the top of Mount Sutro, and then we had to ride down Mount Sutro, and I stayed in the back of the group. And I never experienced anything like it. I never really even, hiked a proper trail outside of, Crystal Cove Park, kind of near where I grew up.
Pampered.
And, going down that trail, I've showed you the spot, but there's a little, it's not even curb height. And I remember thinking, my bike is going to snap if I ride off this. Why are we doing this activity? I just didn't understand it. And we get through the day, we get down to the bottom of the mountain. I think I walked a lot of it, and, with little kids. And I just kind of had this, I was curious. I was just what? Why do people do this?
So
how do bikes work?
Were you hooked right in?
No, I was just curious. I was just how do bikes physically?
what type of curious?
yeah. But no, I was how do bikes get through trails? And then I just started researching more. And then at the time I was riding a single speed, not even a fixie, but it was a single speed, but not with the fixed gear.
Like a commuter type deal?
Yeah, but it was $100 from Big Five.
Nice.
And I was I'm going to take this on trails. And then
Big Five or Dickies? No, it's Dick's.
Big Five.
Yeah.
And then I realized that I was this bike sucks. Anyway, then I just kind of became curious to how bikes work and how they get down the trail. And then coming from skateboarding, I kind of liked this when you first look at it, it doesn't quite seem possible. I'm going to do the kickflip backflip on an 18 stair rail. It's you look at a handrail, you'd think a skateboard can't make it down that. But then it's a few tries later, it's starting to look like a trick. And I think that's what I kind of vibed with mountain biking.
For everybody who doesn't know, Jackson was a skater before a biker, so he will be tossing a lot of skateboard terminology.
I think if you skate, you know what a kickflip backflip. That's a pretty gnarly trick to do on an 18 stair.
Can you tray flip?
I can't
bro.
Tray flip.
You cannot?
No, I have
no.
tray
Actually,
flips. No, I can't.
I thought you did.
I can I can do a really really bad tray flip, but I couldn't do one in a line. No, never had those. Those
can
are nollie flips.
Can you kick flip on command? If you're skating down the street and a guy rolls down his window, it's hey, do a kick flip.
I want to say yes, but it depends on board, shoes, how warmed up I am. There's time after a full day of skating, I can hit a kickflip every time.
So the answer is no.
Right now,
probably not.
Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, but
fair enough.
I had this curiosity with mountain biking and just how it's possible, and maybe I'm processing some stage, but I think that's what got me into it. And then from there, it just spread. And then through the YMCA bike program, through the YMCA, they had a partnership with Marin Bikes. Anyone who worked for the YMCA could get 50% off a new bike. And I bought a Bobcat Trail, similar with the SR Sun Tour Fork. It had basic.
What's the brand, Bobcat?
No, Marin Bobcat.
Oh,
Trail.
a Marin Bobcat.
Yeah, named
trail.
after a trail, not too far from here.
Okay.
And and then I got that bike and fell in love with it. And then it got stolen within 2 months of me getting it. Oh. And then I went on Craigslist and bought 2 years earlier, a 20s, I don't know what year, another Bobcat Trail. Rode that thing until I snapped the frame.
Wait, you actually snapped the frame on that?
Yeah, at Tamarancho. I snapped the frame at Tamarancho. And after I snapped the frame, then I was all right, I'm into this. It went from being how does this bike work? Let's see if I can explore it, to then I was pissed that I broke the frame and wanted to buy a better one. And then as soon as I broke the frame, I realized I care about this. I want to do it. And this would have been 2015. And then I got my first real full squish in 2016.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a long story.
I think it was 2010, 2009, 2010 when I started riding.
We're aging ourselves here.
Yeah, we're
dating ourselves
pretty
hard.
Old.
I bet some of our listeners were born in
definitely
2010.
Not targeted to the younger demographic. This podcast.
Well, I guess on that note of,
shall we mosey on to the next topic?
Yeah. I would say, what are your favorite bikes?
In general?
No, that you've.
Oh, that I've owned.
That you've owned, but what are your favorite bikes? Yeah.
That's a hard question. Let's see. My all-time favorite, I would say it was probably a 2012 Trek Remedy 9.
That bike was kind of ahead of its time, though.
Yeah, it was solid. It was such a good bike, and I bought it used from this guy. And in El Salvador, nobody had Kashima coat Fox suspension, and this bike had it. This guy bought it. And then I remember I used to go on rides with him. I had a Remedy 7 at the time, but it had ass components, like dog water, really bad components.
Yeah.
And then this guy, I would always see his Remedy, and I was like, dude, if you're going to sell that, like, I want to be the first one that you hit up to sell that. And then one day he just texts me out of the blue. It's like, hey,
selling it.
I'm selling it. I don't know if you're interested. And then I immediately run upstairs. It's like, Dad, this guy's selling the Remedy. Like, I had a downhill bike at the time, so I was only doing downhill. I had a Trek Session 8, 2010 session. And then...
How much was he selling it for?
Not that. I mean, it had Fox Kashima, a Fox Float 32. The 32 back in the day was the deal. Yeah. XTR 3x10.
XTRs today would still be... Oh, XTR drivetrain.
Yeah, XTR drivetrain 3x10, and then it had XT brakes, like the nice chromed
Dude,
XT.
those
like
XTs
the first,
are still good.
Yeah, like the first pair of XTs that everybody was like, wow, these are good hydraulic disc brake. And dude, it was decked out. Such a good bike. And yeah, I think that is my favorite bike of all time, just because that's like I just remember riding it and I was like, damn, trail riding, it's like more fun than riding a downhill bike.
That thing's like still pretty
snappy.
It's got a horse link, right? I think.
I think Trek calls it like ABP, something like that.
They have their name for it.
I don't think it's quite horse link though, but I don't know. It was a solid bike though.
Dude, side note, when I learned about, I forgot, his last name is Horse. The guy who invented horse link. You know what he also invented? He invented the steps for trucks when you step into your truck before your door. He has the patent on that.
No way.
He also has the patent on the thing that Mar has on the Subaru. When you pull down the back deck and you have the back little flap.
Oh, like the little extendo?
He has a patent on both of those. Oh. And, mountain bike gossip. Apparently he's fucking loaded off these patents. And every dude who has a step thing on his truck.
Specialized bought his patent.
Has to pay whatever, I should know his name, but whatever horse. I don't know if it's his first or last name. But
let's call him Philip.
Yeah,
Philip Horst.
You can Google his name right now. But yeah, he's apparently he's engineered some good things. But back to it. But that bike was
it was ABP. I don't think it was quite horse link. I cannot get into the nitty gritty. I cannot differentiate. Anyways, solid bike. 2012 Trek Remedy 9. Solid bike. Baller Kashima-ko. I was like the only kid.
How long did you have it for?
That's actually the bike that I took with me when I moved to the United States. So I had it for at least 4 years.
Dude, that's a good segue. We're going to spotlight on you for a sec. You moved to the United States. Okay. So people listening, Mateo moved to the United States when you were 18?
Yeah, 18, right out of high school.
Yeah, grew up in El Salvador. Why did you move to the United States?
To go to college. I went to an American school in El Salvador.
Why didn't you go
people are going to rip me apart for saying like El Salvador or saying my name Mateo instead of Mateo.
Yeah. Well,
but fuck it.
I'll say it wrong. You say it right.
Anyways. Yeah, when I was 18, I really wanted to keep mountain biking. I've heard cool stuff about Colorado, mostly bikes, maybe some other stuff. Mm-hmm. But I was like, I told because again, I went to an American school. The whole purpose of that was to like shoot you to go to college in the U.S. And I had a like college advisor, and she asked me, "It's like, okay, where do you want to go to school?" And I was like, Colorado or Washington. And she was like, okay, and like winked at me, and I was like, yeah. But then, anyways, applied to a bunch of schools in Colorado. Fort Lewis in Durango was the cheapest one. I never even did like a tour of the school or any. Yeah, I moved out.
Had you visited the U.S.?
No, yeah, of course, I visited the U.S., but I've never been to Colorado ever in my life.
Neither have I.
Bro, you haven't been?
Never been
to
Colorado.
My God, you're missing out on some good riding.
Cali boy.
Actually, damn.
Yeah, I am. So you moved. You're 18.
I was 18. Moved
Fort
with
Lewis.
Duffel bag, checked bag of luggage, just mostly clothes and my laptop and stuff, and mountain bike, which was that Trek Remedy. Yeah.
Yeah. What was in terms of mountain biking? What were the first things you noticed in terms of differences between the U.S.
Oh,
and
that's actually a funny segue, Jackson. I used to think that I was hot shit in El Salvador because it's a pretty small scene. Like, in its peak, there was like the races. There would be like 70 people of a downhill race, like the national downhill race. That was peak.
So like
peak
one
down.
category of a California enduro. series
Yeah,
or
exactly. And it was a closely knitted scene. We had like our little groups. We all had like beef against each other. Like we would talk shit all the time. But that's a different conversation. Yeah. So I thought I was hot shit because I used to race like, I think on my age category or like pre-pro, something like that. Not quite the hot shit category, but I would win like usually third or second. And then on the downhill races, when I got the remedy, I would race in the all mountain category, which is for bikes without a dual crown fork and all that. And I won first place. That was like my last race in El Salvador, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I won first place.
So you won your last race in El Salvador.
And it was the first place,
You come to the States.
Thinking I was hot shit, dude. Hot shit. The
Then
hottest
what
bread
happened?
out of the oven.
What were your first rides in the States like?
Then I realized that everybody smoked me, both on the up and the down. Everybody took the sport way more seriously. And
I imagine in Durango.
yeah, dude, everybody was such a good rider. And then I just felt like us. I was like, damn, I don't even want to mountain bike anymore. This is like not even fun. Because I joined the cycling team, which is a D1, like some of the best in the country, for Lewis cycling team. And I joined it, and then I think I went to like one meeting, and everybody was so serious about it. Like their whole lives, their diets revolved around biking and like the best performance and how many watts are you cranking out. And I was like, nah, dude, this is not for me. Yeah. I suck. I think I got intimidated. I was like, nah, these people are too good for me. I don't want to be vulnerable.
Dude, when I started mountain biking, that's what I thought all mountain bikers were like.
Yeah, and then that kind of like distracted me, like drew me out of biking.
Did you stay on the team?
No, I didn't. I did not. Sadly, taking it back, I should have, because I would have probably be a way better rider. If I
wasn't the place, wasn't the right time.
Yeah. I was focused on like constructing a social life because I came to Durango knowing nobody, not a single soul. I had to build up my social circle first.
You got to have a life outside of bikes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, so I was distracted on other things, chasing girls, and not good. But yeah, that's my summary.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think it's interesting, like I've met you and we share so many common cultural references, and there's just a lot of culture that we share that sometimes I forget. I'm like, you get all these little nuances, you get memes, you get jokes, you get
don't get
TV
me wrong,
show references.
I'm like, Americanized.
Yeah,
I'm Americanized.
It's surprising. I forget.
I got it.
I
used to have a pretty thick accent too. I mean, people on the podcast might be able to tell that I still have an accent, but
only like a few words. Most of the
yeah,
time,
I know. Sometimes I like blur stuff out. So heads up, people in the podcast, don't give me shit because I will blur. Like my tongue gets tied every once in a while. So. But yeah, I used to have a pretty thick accent back in the day. But anyways, to the next topic. What are we gonna discuss next, Jackson?
You should ask me about my favorite bikes.
Oh, okay. Out of the bikes you've owned, which has been your favorite bicycle? Bicycle.
My favorite bicycle that I've owned. It's a tough one. Oh, I think I'd probably say the Norco. I think I'd say the Norco, which maybe some people listening, if you're my friend, you know this. I got all my bikes stolen out of my garage in December 2021. December 2021. About $10,000 worth of bikes stolen. Downhill.
Ouch.
Hardtail.
Oh, we should have like a sound effect
in my enduro
dashboard.
Yeah,
like wah wah wah.
But yeah, so that sucked. But that Norco that I got, shout out Charlie at Elevation Bike Co. He hooked it up. I got that thing in the middle of COVID.
Solid bike.
Peak bike boom. I got such an insane deal on it, and that bike was.
It was a Range, right?
Yeah, it was the Range before they did the high pivot. Yeah. It was carbon and like that teal blue. It had XT drivetrain, XT brakes, reverb dropper post, and then super deluxe coil. And then I had put the Marzocchi Bomber, same fork I have now on that.
You had that fork in there for like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, I had it for 2. I had a DVO for most of the time I had the bike, but that thing was awesome. That bike opened the doors for me in terms of jumping and riding and like really doing.
That was such a solid bike.
Yeah,
I love the range.
Yeah,
I love your new tranny.
The transitions opened up jumping a lot more. Like my jumping and my whips and like learning T-bogs and all that have definitely. The transition has helped that. But in exchange, my trail riding, ever since I got the transition, it's because it's 170 front and back. It's
the range was better at climbing, right?
The range climbed like the hardtail and the range climbed the same, and then it descended like a downhill bike. Like it was truly the bike that like it climbed like a hardtail, and then it was awesome.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
that was a solid bike.
Yeah, don't make sure you double deadbolt your garages, get security cameras.
Yeah. Or just don't leave if you live in San Francisco, don't leave your bikes in your garage because, I mean, you can take security measures.
Also get renter's insurance. I learned that the hard way is get renter's insurance. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Never lock your bike outside either if you're in San Francisco. Just a heads up. But nice. I'm glad that's your favorite bicycle. Yeah,
so that was a good time.
What's another favorite thing we should discuss about?
Let's say favorite mountain bike videos. I feel like the idea of a mountain bike video is it went away, but I think it's coming back. I think full length, waiting to release, high production videos. I think they're gonna make it.
So you're not talking videos, you're talking films.
Yeah,
the fancy term.
Yeah, like what's a mountain bike film?
A film. Like? Mountain biking film.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Can I say one to start off? My first favorite.
Yeah.
The OG, the first one ever made. Clunkers. Clunkers filmed in Marin. Came out
I've
1970.
Never seen that actually.
We need to watch Clunkers. It has an awesome soundtrack. It has a whole bunch of I'm gonna mess up the name. The first one comes. I know the only one that I know is in there is Gary Fisher and a whole bunch of dudes. I should know.
Isn't Richie there? Like something Richie, the guy who founded Richie Frames.
Yeah, I should know
Richie
all
bikes.
that, and I'm dropping the ball. But it's an awesome video, and they talk about just doing early shuttles and loading into early pickup trucks, driving to the top of Mount Tam, going down, repacking their hubs on the way down, on the way back up, so they can do another drop. And
repacking their hubs.
That's why it's called the repack race.
With what? With grease?
Dude, we gotta watch it. So they were the first people to take basically beach cruisers down the Mount Tam.
Yeah, but what would they repack the hubs with?
It was with coaster brakes. So the coaster brakes and the gears would essentially like get so hot, all of the grease would melt and like stop working, be metal on metal. So between every run, they would repack it with grease. Okay. So then it became like the Repack Classic or Repack. Whatever the name of the
we
race
need to do
was.
homework more.
Yeah, I know. I need to. It's been years since I watched that video, but it's so good. If you're listening, go watch Clunkers on YouTube. It's free. It's like 20-30 minutes. Really good soundtrack. Opens with Steve Miller Band. It's a fun video.
What song by the Steve Miller Band?
Swingtown. It opens with Swingtown.
Nice.
It's like way ahead of its time. Like if it came out today with the same soundtrack and same editing, but just with modern bikes, like the way they produced it. Yeah, that's how it opens, and it's like people just like foot out wide turns going down Mount Tam.
Nice.
So Clunkers, watch Clunkers. That's a classic. That
I would say that the most impactful mountain bike film for me was Life Cycles.
I haven't seen Life Cycle.
I tried to show it to you one time, but I think you fell asleep.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Was that the one with the Shimano?
Yeah, the Shimano factory scene at the beginning.
I do remember that. Yeah, the opening factory scene. That's stuck in my brain.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
I do remember
soundtrack also fire on that. They had Bonobo. Is it Bonobo or Bonobo? I don't know. They have
Bono? You too?
No. But they have fire soundtrack. Really good at editing. Brandon Semenuk, Chemical, early Semenuk, Chemical. I think Graham Agassi is in there too. Dude, such a solid edit.
Nice.
The barn scene too, the barn dirt jumps.
Yeah, I remember that actually.
So solid.
Okay, I do remember this video.
Dude, such a great movie. It also covers like how we're like destroying our world and how this hobby of ours, it's also like a result of like mass industrialism, and like they go like hand in hand, but at the same time they're like opposite. Dude, such a great film.
Yeah.
Life Cycles for me. Second, I would say Not Bad. I remember seeing that when I was in high school.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's a good edit.
As you said not, I was hoping you said I was thinking New World Disorder.
You see, I think I was too. I think I'm too young for because I didn't grow like.
Yeah, I never saw it when it came out.
Yeah, I never saw them when they came out. I know the huge Monster Energy, or was it a Monster Energy? Yeah, the Monster Energy drop.
Oh,
that huge drop. That I don't know who hit it.
New World Disorder was like sick because they filmed it like a combination of like skate and ski video.
Yeah, but I think it was I was a little too young for that.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever watch Unreal?
Unreal's solid. When they have my favorite scene from Unreal is when they have like the brown powder when it's snowing dirt. Oh yeah, that is from Unreal, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
There's different segments. There's the Brandon Semenuk, the one shot one when he's going through the hills of Texas.
Oh, it might not be Unreal then. I don't know.
I haven't seen that video in years. Damn.
Is it Strengthening Numbers? And
no.
Anything by Anthill Films is rock solid.
Anthill's sick.
Yeah, Anthill is solid. Anthill made Not Too Bad, Not Bad. Oh, what's another really good movie? I don't know.
10 Ton Gravity. That's what I was thinking. 10 Ton Gravity. They made a lot of cool shit. Shout out them.
Isn't it Teton?
Teton.
Yeah.
Edit that out. Teton Gravity.
When you said 10 ton?
Shout out Teton Gravity.
Like 10 tons?
Yeah.
Like 10 ton?
We're going to edit that part out.
That's funny.
Shout out Teton Gravity.
Oh, Teton Gravity.
They have some good ones.
10 ton gravity.
Dude, you know it's like my favorite part? Besides Semenuk ones?
What?
We got to edit that out.
No, that's staying. That's staying. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God.
That was hilarious. Anyways, keep going. Go on.
Things that came out recently. The Bragg Vestovic Sound of Speed. Raj
but that's
Vestovic.
an edit. That's not a film. That's an edit.
That's true.
Like I feel like 10 minutes is the line.
Yeah, I guess something Content and Deliverance, the 50 to 1 film, probably.
Though
they're probably the only ones
by
putting
50
out
to 1, like consistent.
We love 50 to 1.
We all want to ride like 50 to 1. Who are we kidding?
Yeah, come on. If you go out on your bike and you're jibbing, you just want to be like,
Shout out 50 to 1.
Yeah.
I bought a hoodie from you guys.
Shout out.
Came with 6 stickers.
Well, I guess it's a good segue. Speaking of, 50 to 1. Who are your favorite riders right now? And in general, just who, that's a big question. There's a lot of history in that
question.
But who are your favorite riders?
Okay, are you asking me like my top 3 riders, or if I had a name?
Just a list. No number. Just start dropping
No number?
names.
Okay, just dropping names. Oh, damn, I'm going to go full machine gun mode here.
Go.
All right, let's see. OG, Cedric Gracia. What a legend.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
He's
a legend.
Yeah,
He's a legend.
legend.
But like, why is he a legend?
I used to grow up like he was all over Pink Bike when I was starting to get into mountain biking. He was a great. Oh, cheers.
Cheers.
Sorry, break. Hydration break.
Okay, all over Pink Bike.
Cedric Gracia was all over Pink Bike back in the day. Andrew Lacondegi. Or Lacondegai.
Yeah,
I don't know how to. Still killing it. Absolute ripper.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Danny Hart, obviously.
Stay on your fucking bike, Daddy! Oh my God, Daddy!
Absolute legend.
Yeah.
Who's another really? I really like. What's his name? I'm blanking out.
Oh, that guy? Yeah.
McDonald, Brooke McDonald.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's
Brooke
solid.
McDonald,
yeah, Brooke McDonald. Aaron Gwynn, obviously, he used to ride for Trek. I was like a Trek fanboy back in the day.
Gwynn, we love Gwynn.
We love Gwynn. Legend.
Chainless, wherever go down in history.
I like Semenuk too. I like Semenuk's style.
Too.
He's
love
a solid
Semenuk.
rider.
Putting out some of the best video parts. No one could really.
We're not even gonna count BMX riders because I have a lot of those.
Yeah,
Brad Sims. Brad Sims rides mountain bikes now.
Yeah.
But he's one of my favorite riders too.
Yeah.
I'm in his DMs. He replies to me every once in a while.
Yeah, they're best friends.
Yeah, we're BFFs.
Hey, maybe one day he'll be on the podcast.
Dude, Brad, if you're listening to this, please be a guest in our podcast. But that's off the top of my head. I think that's a good little bunch I gave you.
Yeah.
I think. How about you, Jackson? What are some of your favorite mountain bike or just in general riders?
I think a lot of people would agree. Like right now, number one pops into my brain, first person. I think he's kind of dominating the internet, dominating YouTube. I'm going to say his name wrong. Remy Metailer.
Remy Metailer.
Metailer. Yeah. You know. Hello. Remy's killing it in terms of every aspect. I got really close to the mic there. In terms of content, just writing
he's
consistently. I like his
killing
mindset when he's writing. Like when I hit new stuff, I like his. Like,
I think he's the writer that every sponsor wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But right now, of course, yeah.
It's
Dude,
so
he literally
good.
he sends out weekly emails to his sponsors of his engagement and how much he's grown in his next future projects.
Oh, shit.
He's him and like Richie Slay. Shout out Richie Slay. I won't have him on
Slay the
podcast,
Bay.
no, that's Hans Ray.
Oh, about it. Oh,
Yeah, no,
my God.
Slay's the guy who like invented the tabletop, the Schlabletop.
The Schlabletop?
He was like known as the first like professional. Richie Slay's on my list of some of my favorite writers too.
Okay.
He was known as like the professional writer because he would send his sponsors like, this is what I'm working on, this is what I've accomplished.
Yeah,
and
Raymond.
he would be serious about it. But Remy
is killing it.
Yeah, Remy's on top of the game. Also on top of the internet game, gotta shout out Matt Jones. Love Matt Jones. Dude,
I actually don't know who Matt
Mateo's-
Jones is.
Wait, who is he's like a dirt jumper, crank.
Wait, you
guy.
see the guy, the British dude?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Marin, he did the Alcatraz.
Yes. He just posted like a series about his new bike shop, right?
No, he just had a kid.
Matt Jones?
Yeah, you don't know, dude. Matt Jones is like one of.
He has like a fat British accent.
All the British people.
Uh,
But damn, Matt Jones is killing. People will know Matt Jones. He's huge.
Okay, I think I know him.
Matt
I think
Jones
I've
is one of
seen
my
his
favorite
videos.
people.
He made a Hardline video not that long ago, right?
Maybe he has a twin brother, Jono Jones. Jono
Oh
Jones
my
raced
God,
hardlines.
okay,
He hit the hardline jumps on a dirt jumper.
You just lost me.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
you
Okay,
d-
I
okay.
forgot to mention one of my favorite writers is, speaking of British people, Lou's dog Lewis, Josh Lewis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Class.
And
50 to
Rad Boy Bryce too.
Yeah, 50
Josh
to 1.
Bryceland.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50 to 1 crew. Also
Yeah.
Sam Coffino. I don't even know how you pronounce his last name.
Yeah.
They're all solid. I really love their style of writing.
Yeah.
Anyways, I made this about myself. Name me a couple more of
no.
your favorite writers.
So Matt Jones. Often writing together, and we've leave that part out. See him out on the trails from time to time. R. Doug and Semenek, different riders, but both Santa Cruz.
We saw him
locals.
once.
Yeah, we saw him shuttling a couple weekends. We saw both of them shuttling.
Where?
You
You
weren't
saw
there
him?
that day? Yeah, they passed Sam on a lap. They dropped us on a lap. We were shuttling jugs, and they passed us on a lap.
No, I was
Yeah,
not there,
of
dog.
course we fanboyed out.
Thanks for the invite.
You were working. No, you were in El Salvador. This is when you're in El Salvador for a month. It was one of those times. We shuttled.
What?
We shuttled SC, and they dropped. They didn't say hi. They just literally just dropped us.
Damn.
Um,
FOMO.
Okay, I don't want to include that in the story. But often seen riding together. R Dog and Semenek, very different riders.
Mm-hmm.
We've met R Dog before. He's been the homie.
R Dog, your whips are sick.
Yeah.
I remember. Oh, dude, that time where we met him at an undisclosed location. I remember seeing him, and I couldn't believe myself because I grew up. Remember that I was a Trek fanboy, and then he was in all the Trek films, and I saw him, and I was starstruck. I couldn't even form a sentence. I was like,
I'm pretty sure R Dog and I are the same age.
Yeah, and he,
but he's just way.
He's just way in another
But
league.
anyway, so Semenek, R Dog. Always got to shout out DJ Shredder.
DJ Brandt.
DJ Brandt. Yeah,
he's a solid writer too.
Probably. I like his attitude. I like his vibe. I like
Congrats
his story.
on winning the X Game edit 2021, 2022. He won the X Game edit, whatever those are. But
he's sick. Cam McCall. Cam McCall is
solid.
He's one of my favorite human beings outside of writing. I love Cam McCall. I love how positive he is and how silly he is. And Cam McCall is the only YouTuber that my girlfriend will watch with me, just because he's a good person. He's funny. His videos are entertaining, and he's also just
a ripper.
A ripper.
Big time sender.
He's contributed so much to the history of mountain biking and progressing the sport, and he's still doing it now.
He's solid.
Also, content king Killian Braun don't know if you know him.
Dude, you're just mentioning all these names that I don't know.
Killian Braun is like, he does a lot of like adventure style videos. Like he does like backcountry mountain stuff, but he can also rip huge jumps.
Ooh.
He does urban downhills.
Can I detour this for a second?
Yeah.
Favorite YouTuber mountain biker?
I just like Cam McCall.
No,
Killian Braun,
but like,
Matt
but
Jones.
like who came to the scene from YouTube? Shout out to Seth Bike Hacks, now known as like a YouTube, like an
Skills
actual.
with Phil. Skills with Phil.
Oh, you like Skills
I love
with
Skills
Phil?
with Phil. I've meet him. Yeah, I've hit him
I
up.
love
We've had a
Seth.
couple back and forth.
Dude,
He's
shout out
cool.
to Seth. He's come a long way, man.
Yeah.
He's
Well, yeah, he's like
He's
in
an
South.
OG.
He's a
Yeah,
home.
he's
He's
a-
out there. He's in South. Come on, we got to keep it Bay Area. He's
oh,
like, that's
my
like bringing
God.
up like
bro.
what's Brad
you
Pitt
tell me
doing?
he's saying Seminole is Bay Area, dog. He's from Canada.
He rides here all the time though.
Not in.
He spends his winters here every winter.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
shit. Now here we are. Now I'm talking like a
Okay. Anyways.
I don't know. Nick Clark, Rowdy Flow on Instagram. He's one of my favorite riders.
I do not know who that is.
He's a killer. He's a
Just
shredder.
mentioning all these names.
I mean, yeah, there's so many people out there that, you know, that's what makes mountain biking. Mountain biking, you find your little niche. You find your little, what's relevant to you, I guess.
All right. Should we move on to the next topic of our favorite things?
Yeah.
What is it? Here, I have it on.
Before we move on, though, I do say there's like,
The list can go on forever.
Yeah,
We
no,
both
yeah.
know that. But
who? There was like 2 times I was like in the middle of the thought, and then you started
Oh,
talking. over
I'm
me.
sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. Who? Just keep,
No,
keep going. Keep going.
No, it's good. I got through the list, but I was like, I just wanted to like boom, 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 and I got a little sidetracked. It's all good. It's all
part
good.
of the podcast.
Yeah, no,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
No, that's fine. I was just pointing out. Okay, now we're back in now.
All right.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question, Jackson.
Yeah.
Favorite places to ride?
Well, immediate answer is our local spot that I'm reluctant to say.
Ah.
Everyone knows. If you know
Everybody
us, you know
knows it.
exactly
Everybody-
where it is. But we'll just say our local
It
spot.
starts with a P.
It gets enough attention as it
It
is.
starts with a P.
Yeah, so you know it. But favorite like location, pretty obvious. Tahoe, just being up near Tahoe because
Really?
you have in that general area. going
Favorite
from-
trail in Tahoe?
Favorite trail in Tahoe.
You're gonna give
The Hong
me
Kong Fui Jackass Loop's really fun. A lot of people know about that.
Mhm.
Martis is really fun.
Martis is fun. Martis is fun.
Not in Tahoe, but I mean, I'm a huge fan of Downeyville. Downeyville's so much
Mhm.
Fun.
Still in the Sierra.
Flume Ride is an extremely boring trail in terms of features, but some of those beautiful views you'll see anywhere like on this planet, just insane. Looking over the Nevada side of the lake, just you're
Mhm.
right over the freeway, the road, and you just look into the water. Flume Trail's sick. Truckee Bike Park, not a trail, but
I mean,
Come on.
has trails.
And you have
so
North
pretty
Star.
solid.
You have Kirkwood, you have Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. You got a lot of their shit out
Truckee
there.
Bike Park is awesome. Shout out Truckee
Yeah.
Bike Park.
Shout out Truckee Bike Park.
Living the dream out
Yeah.
there, the guys who did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's solid. Is
All
that
right.
it? That's your list?
Sedona. Sedona's fucking awesome.
I've never
Love
been to
Sedona.
Sedona. Never been to
SoCal,
Sedona.
where I grew up in Orange County, didn't realize that Orange County was actually a mountain bike mecca. Like Laguna is amazing. Laguna trails are really fun.
Never been there.
The most brutal climbs I've done anywhere. I'm going to
Really?
stand by that. Anywhere in California, Oregon, Washington, Arizona, the most brutal climbs I've ever done are the SoCal, Crystal Cove, El Moro climbs. Some of those things are fucking brutal. But the trails are awesome. Really fun. Yeah, what about you? How about, compared to El Salvador, America? I guess you've ridden in more countries
Ooh.
than me. What would be your number
I
one
have.
spot?
I've ridden in Chile too recently.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. All right. Favorite places to ride? I would say Chile, but I haven't
Why?
ridden too much in Chile. I've only ridden like a couple trails in Chile, and the grip situation there is kind of serious. There's like no grip.
Dry?
Just so dry, so dusty. It's like moon dust on top of a hard crust. Oh, so like I was definitely not going fast. But anyways,
Yeah.
fun riding, fun jumps. Also, they have these like new bike parks there that are crazy. They're like Fast Series size jumps. Like Pitts Park. You should look it up.
Damn. What's it called?
Pitts Park.
Look it up.
We'll look it up. Saludos a mis amigos chilenos. But anyways, in the U.S., the place that starts with a P, our local track. Mm-hmm. Moab is pretty solid. I've ridden the whole enchilada. Like
haven't been out to Moab
7
yet.
times. Such a good trail.
Whole enchilada live up to the hype. Is it the whole enchilada?
It is the whole enchilada and more.
Yeah.
And more. A whole enchilada and then some, like a side dish.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like mac and cheese extra. And that's not even Mexican.
Damn, a little appetizer? Maybe a little dessert
appetizer, main course, and dessert. All included. Yeah. Advice if you're going to do the whole enchilada, do it with like 4 or 5 people max. Yeah. The more people, max. The more people you have, like the more time it takes.
More delays.
The more chances of mechanicals happening. Oh, it just gets so long.
You definitely don't want to ride it by yourself.
One time,
I assume.
Yeah, no. Some people do, but.
See about the person who climbed up it?
Gnarly, dude.
It was like 12,000 feet of climbing in a day or something?
No, I think it's like 7,000 feet.
Nuts.
Nutty. Yeah. Nutty Professor 2.
Like hard climb. Yeah.
The movie. Moab is freaking solid. I dislocated my operated shoulder in Captain Ahab. Another place, let's see. Telluride in Colorado. It's also really good. I love Telluride. Phil's World in Mancos, Colorado. I'm mentioning a bunch of Colorado places out of state. You wouldn't know.
I feel like on average,
you wouldn't know.
Like Colorado's. Actually, I don't know. California has such a diverse environment.
Angel Fire Bike Park in New Mexico. Also really, really good. Dude, it's like Truckee Bike Park, but...
Is it
not
Bike
Truckee Bike Park. It's like
shuttle?
North Star Lift. It's like North Star, but times 20, times 30. It's just so steep, chunky.
What's the dirt like in New Mexico?
It's not too bad. It's like at high elevation, so it's like kind of moist, not too dry. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Yeah, really cool place, Angel Fire. Also, shout out to Durango, Purgatory Bike Park. All those places are dope to ride.
I haven't heard of like half of those.
Yeah, no, I spent a lot of time. I think I like the riding more on those states than in California. I mean, but the place that starts with a P is also pretty solid. Dude, should we just mention it? I mean, it's...
Everyone knows Pacifica.
It's Pacifica. It's Pacifica.
Yeah, if you listen this far, you deserve to know.
Yeah, you deserve to know.
Come on, we all found
Who is gonna... How long have we been in this?
1,379 beats. Doesn't give us the time.
Fuck. Oh, my God. Yeah, but yeah, I would say those are my favorite places to ride. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that might be a good point for us to wrap this up because we don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, this podcast could go on forever talking about favorite things. Wait, let me just...
Go through the questions.
Okay. Well, okay. Favorite bike component brands?
You can hear the rain coming down outside. No, but this is
it's raining in San Francisco.
It's March 28th, and we're still getting dumped on
the 13th atmospheric river going through here.
It's beautiful. We love it.
We need it. Favorite bike brands?
Favorite bike component brand.
Component brands, yeah.
Okay, so my favorite bike component brand. First thing that popped in my head right now, P&W. Because I feel like they're kind of new to the scene. They make good quality dropper posts. They're not overpriced.
Lifetime warranty.
And I feel like for a new company to come out with kind of like a, almost like an industry disruptor of like, we're going to have a dropper post that's going to be better than a Fox Transfer for half the price with a better warranty. And you can pick your color scheme. And being San Francisco, it's like half a day shipping. It's not true. It's like 2-day shipping really fast with good customer service.
Can I bring something up about P&W?
P&W sponsor us.
P&W, or if anybody who works at P&W, probably not. But anyways, the Loam grips, if you could just come with a version that has like a hard plastic cap at the end instead of the soft rubber that disintegrates, as soon as you put your bike down. Like the loam grips are solid grips.
Yeah.
But it's just like the rubber at the ends just gets chewed up so fast.
That
If
P&W?
you can come up with like a hard plastic at the end of the bar, like the bar end. ODI has it down, but
yeah, we love ODI.
Okay,
what would be your top component brand? Let me second. Edit that.
Oh my
what would
God.
be your? No, I was talking right here. So Mateo, what would be your top component brand?
My top component brands, Chromag is up there. Shout out to Chromag.
Chromag Sig.
Yeah, Chromag Sig.
Does I9 count as a component company?
Yeah, of course. Academy Industry 9.
I've never owned an i9 product, but
You're
I love
missing out.
i9
You're
stuff.
missing out. I mean,
It's
I
just-
would say they're hubs. That's pretty much it. I've heard mixed reviews about their wheels with the straight pull aluminum, like thick ass aluminum spokes. I've heard they're all right. Like they used to like fracture
Yeah,
back.
I don't see too
know.
many people running their
I don't know if
rims.
they fixed that, but i9 is up there too. Shimano. Shout out to Shimano. Solid. I'm a Shimano boy instead of a SRAM boy. That's for sure.
I'm
That's
50-50.
gonna get heated,
Yeah.
especially with the new SRAM Axis transmission that dropped out.
Yeah. Did you know you
Dude.
could ride it and not stand on it? It recently came out. The drivetrain actually works if you don't stand on it.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
if
you
you
can-
don't stand.
You can
on
ride it and take a video of you not standing on it. The drivetrain will still work. Never mind. I was trying to make a joke. Do you not remember, like, in the day it came out, everyone was posting the videos of them jumping on the...
Oh
Yeah,
yes, like stepping on it.
Yes, I
Stepping
was
on
being
it.
stupid.
Okay.
I was like, you can actually use it
I'm
to ride your
sorry.
bike.
That
instead of
went
stand-
right over my head.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I've heard it's sick though. I mean, all the media's praising it.
It would fit on my bike.
Oh really? No.
Yeah. I have the Universal, the UDH.
Oh no.
Which, on a separate note,
your tranny has a UDH.
the new drivetrain's mind-numbingly overpriced.
It is
Universal derailleur
is.
hangers, amazing. $20. Why did it take so long for the industry to create a universal?
It hasn't
derailleur
taken
hanger?
over yet. But back to the bike brands: Shimano, Chromag. What's another? Stans. Shout out to Stans.
Stans is
Stans
super
no
good.
tubes.
Yeah,
OG
Stans is
brand,
awesome.
too.
Stans Flow rims, they're aluminum rims. I think are the best aluminum
Solid.
rims for the price point.
Solid. Yeah, that's all I could think about right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, we can just keep going on this. Honestly, I have
Yeah,
a lot of
we
favorite
could.
brands, but yeah, those are
All right,
my consolidated favorites.
last question:
Shoot.
coil or air?
Ooh, good question. Coil, any day.
I think me too.
Yeah.
Coil. Yeah.
Oh, you just upgraded to air on your transition.
Upgraded,
Okay,
quote unquote.
Yeah. Dude, I
I
need
like
to pee so badly.
All right, Mateo needs to pee.
Should we end it there?
Yeah. If you listen this far,
Does it really not tell you how many minutes we've
no,
been?
I bet we're probably
Oh my
20, 30
God.
minutes.
I
Probably
think so.
30
I
minutes.
think that's a good time to
Yeah,
wrap it up.
we'll see.
I've been holding it for like the past 10 minutes.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm feeling.
it's
comfy
cereal,
right
and
now.
I haven't even
Oh, okay. Yeah, you gotta go.
taken
then.
my hydration salts.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. let me take this. Keep going. Do the closing words.
okay. Well,
I'll give it to you, Jackson.
on that.
Take over.
Well, I think that's probably a good point to wrap it up because we'll just talk all night about nonsense. But if you've listened to this far, shout out to you. We're figuring this out. We're recording. We're figuring out our flow, equipment, talking
We're
points.
a work in progress.
Yeah, we're a big work in progress. And if you have stuck through this far, you are beyond appreciated. And we're figuring this thing out. And hopefully it turns into something that's enjoyable for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hopefully
yeah.
this will be out on all platforms: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music.
Yeah,
I
we're
cannot
going
think
through
of
all that.
SoundCloud, probably not.
I thought making a podcast would be easy. There's always
It's not.
different
It
steps and
really
hooks to
isn't.
go through, and I thought it would just be you record your voice and upload it, but let's go in a minute. All right. Well, thank
I
you for
really
tuning
need
in.
to pee. But anyways, thanks everybody for coming in. If you liked it, I don't know, comment it or something, and whatever platform you are, share it. But yeah, it's a work in progress. Episode 1, we'll be bringing more. We'll try to be consistent. We'll try to keep our word on it. And any other closing words, Jackson?
Thanks for listening to the Freehub Podcast. This is Jackson.
This is Mateo. Love y'all. Thank you.
Later.